Hey guys, it's Stacy Tudor with Crossroads Student Ministry, and today we are going to be talking about loving people. What the? Drive back here and say it to my face, Janet! That's Janet. She lives down the street. She's the worst. We can cut that, right? Action. Sorry. Okay. Jesus is clear on one of his commands: to love our neighbor and to love our enemy. To love our friends is pretty easy, but loving our enemy, that can be difficult. And it can be really hard to do that sometimes, and that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Ever notice how hard it is to love your friends sometimes? I mean, they can be so weird and annoying. Like every single time you talk about double stuffed Oreos, you just end up arguing because all of their opinions are so dumb. Obviously, double stuffed Oreos are the best.
Okay, and those are your friends, even your best friends. So now let's talk about your enemies. You know, those people that treat you bad, that you disagree with about everything, including double stuffed Oreos, which are pretty bad in my opinion. People who are just kind of mean to every single person they know. You know, bullies, liars. Hey, can you hold the elevator? You know, just complete jerks that you have to deal with on a daily basis.
Now, based on how hard it is to love your friends, how impossible does it feel to love your enemies? But that's exactly what Jesus calls us to do. He calls us to show them mercy, and that's the word of the day, mercy.
All right, quick vocab lesson. Mercy is when you judge someone less harshly than they deserve to be judged.
I get it. Your enemies deserve to be judged harshly. Showing mercy won't be easy at all. But did you know you've actually been practicing mercy for quite a long time? Yep, you show mercy to yourself. You judge yourself less harshly than you judge your enemies.
So when you bully, when you lie, or when you treat someone unkindly, you want to be judged on things like your motives. What deep feeling or thought caused you to act the way that you did? Your circumstances, what happened earlier in the day that impacted your bad decision. Basically, your side of the story.
That's showing mercy to yourself because, you know, you want to be shown mercy.
So basically, Jesus tells us that the best way to live is to treat others how we want to be treated. So that's what he means when he says to love your enemy as yourself.
Think about the greatest supervillains of all time. Sometimes you get to watch a show or a movie called a prequel, and that's an origin story that tells you about their motives and circumstances and how their side of the story caused them to be the enemy they are. When you watch those, you kind of get a better understanding of how that person could be kind of like you, and you don't judge them quite as harshly.
So if you're trying to figure out how the heck to love your enemy, just assume that there's a prequel.
Oh, hey.
Why didn't you hold the elevator? I had to walk downstairs. I hate walking downstairs.
I'm super sorry. I didn't even see you. I was in a huge rush because my dog got out and I'm just trying to get home to make sure she doesn't like get hit by a car or something, but I can't seem to find my car.
It's okay. I'll help you find it.
So there's this girl on my cross-country team, and I did not like her work ethic at all. She would not try and practice, but then she would win all of the meets, and so I didn't really like how she practiced. But then this year, I started to get to know her more, and I actually really like her, and now we're really good friends.
One time we had to sit in the hallway because we couldn't take our test because I wasn't here one day and she was sick the other day, so we had to both sit in the hallway. And actually we hanged out and she seemed to be pretty cool. Now we're friends. We talk to each other when we see in the hallways and stuff. We eat lunch together. And we got the same friend group, so that's how we started talking to each other and stuff.
The Boys and Girls Club,
and we played dodgeball, and I hit him in the face with a ball on accident, and he was pretty angry. And the next day we were like, he wanted to fight me and stuff, but after that we ended up being really good friends, and he was like one of my good friends that helped me like enjoy the experience at the Boys and Girls Club.
Hey, what's up? My name's Jay Iris. I'm with Crossroads Student Ministry, and I'm sitting with my friend here, Kyle Ranson. How you doing, man?
Good, you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Great.
Can't complain. Thanks for sitting with me today.
Yeah.
I have a very important question to ask you.
Okay.
We're talking about supervillains.
Uh-huh.
Who is your favorite supervillain?
Current?
Yes.
Current, the Marvel Cinematic Universe just ended, right? And Thanos? Thanos? What do you say?
I think both are correct. I would say Thanos.
Okay.
But I mean, to each his own.
Okay, so that guy.
Yes.
Favorite current supervillain. The reason is because we learn his backstory, and we learn that he's actually got a really interesting motivation, that he had this pain of devastation in his past, where his planet was destroyed, and he sees the reason for it, and so he thinks he's acting out of goodwill to take over the universe and destroy half of all living things, right? That's like, it's interesting and it's complicated because it turns out there was a story before the story, and if you understand that, you understand him a little bit differently.
Yeah, that is super interesting. And kind of going off of that point, we're talking about supervillains and enemies. The idea that we should assume a prequel for our enemies, people who are jerks or mean to us. How do you show people mercy and assume there's a prequel for them?
Well, I mean, I think you hit it. You have to assume there's a prequel. There's something that happened that you don't know, and you have a choice. You can either be uncaring, just assume this person woke up or was born just angry and mean and mad and out to like get you and put you down and hurt you. That's never true. Or you can assume out of a caring, compassionate, and I would even say the curious kind of mind and heart of something happened in their life that is affecting them and causing them to act this way towards me. And if I want to understand them and I want to help them and I want to help me, I've got to ask some questions and get to like, what happened? Why did it happen? How did it make you feel? And help them do something different with that.
What are some practical steps in the action of assuming a prequel for somebody?
Yeah, I think it's real simple, right? Like when somebody makes you mad, which typically people make you mad are like your friends.
Yeah.
You do something stupid and it makes you mad, and you can either get mad back, or if you're assuming a prequel, you just use this really easy thing, and you go to them and you go like, hey, you seem upset, or you seem kind of off, or you seem sad. Like what's going on? Yeah. And 99 out of 100 times, you learn something. They're like, yeah, my mom said whatever and it hurt me, or my brother did this thing and it hurt me, or I'm struggling here, and you learn that stuff, and then all of a sudden you're able to help them versus being insulted and hurt by them.
Right.
So
that's good.
Okay, so that thing before with Janet and the honking, it was staged. Not bad, right? And even though Janet might not be real, it's still hard to assume a prequel with my enemies. It's still hard to consider their circumstances, their motives, their side of the story. It is still hard to show them mercy the same way that I show myself mercy. And for me, it's people who are judgmental, people who I feel like I can't be my full self around them. And it's easy to hate my enemies. It's easy to hate people who are unkind, bullies, jerks, liars. But Jesus has a better plan, a plan that is good for me and my enemies. Jesus says, do to others whatever you would like them to do to you. And he says, God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Who's somebody that feels like they're your enemy? And how can you show them mercy by assuming there's a prequel?